Long time no see. This is my first video back after 9 months, if you don't count the song I put out in August. This is going to be a little bit more of a sit-down, serious, chatty video because I don't want to like jump right back into things. I feel like that would be a little bit strange. So I created this channel 2021, specifically March 10th. I've always thought about making videos and recording and streaming and doing that kind of stuff, but I never really did it. Like I never really committed to it. And then one summer, I guess I just had a change of heart and decided I would give it a go. I remember very vividly, I would be like recording and posting and editing, and I would post multiple times a week. I set out to do so even. I started off making Minecraft videos, and then I dabbled a bit into other areas like those like PNG tuber animation things, which I still kind of do these days, other games and stuff like that. It was just very all over the place. I kind of did whatever I felt like, and that was it. I didn't really think much of it. I will say the animated stuff I did well, more so than other stuff I was making, but I wasn't necessarily happier making it. It was like an experimental time of my life where I was just doing things that I was inspired by. I'd been working on a video called I Have Fed My Voice for Now. You guys know the one. For multiple weeks. That was a task and a half. I remember spending a long time animating that video for multiple weeks. I remember that was a very painstaking time. I mean, it wasn't really that bad, but it was definitely not something I could do consistently. I spent sleepless nights storyboarding, animating, sketching, illustrating, editing. It was the 27th of June that night. It was like 10 p.m. I remember making some clips for TikTok, and I posted them on TikTok at around 10 p.m., never thinking what that would have meant moving forward. I noticed that it was making a little bit of noise, and oh wow, this is scary. I mean, I've dabbled in social media before, but there was a certain point once it started to feel like unnavigated territory. It was a little overwhelming even. I was also just starting off in my first real job. I would spend a lot of time in the break room just kind of checking my phone and scrolling and checking comments, and it became progressively harder to keep up with. In a number of ways, it was stressful but also gratifying because knowing I spent so much time on that video and put so much effort into it, and also it was about such a touchy subject, something I'm very sensitive about, and it was gratifying to see that effort being recognized. I knew I couldn't keep up with it, that style at least. It just always catches me off guard knowing it's about my voice, the thing that I'm very insecure about. Onward from that video, I didn't make one in that style again, not because I didn't like it. I do like it. It just isn't something I can keep up with for any amount of time. It took me a very long time to do all of what I did in that video. I'm proud of it, but again, it's not something I can do consistently, at least just by myself. I also just don't want to be known for drawing. I'm so burnt out. I don't know, it just wasn't really something I saw myself doing in the long term. I was watching a lot of Jaden animations. That's probably where that came from. I don't know, it's just something that inspired me at the time, and it is what it is, but it's not something I find fulfilling now. That being said, since that one video, there's this constant pressure to maintain the same or similar momentum. I mean, maybe deep down it's a me thing. Overall, that's something I have to live with, and I'm here to deliver that experience. I don't know, I'm tired of the numbers game. It's just, I log on social media, especially Twitter, and I'm not calling that shit X, sorry, but I'll go on Twitter and I'll like literally start like checking my page to see if someone unfollowed me. Like, it's actually unhealthy. I start to do things based on whether or not people will watch it. Just external feedback and not actually if I feel good about it. I'm gonna be honest, it's not something I like to feed into too much, but you know, you gotta be aware of it. I've become very discouraged about the fact that videos about my voice would perform significantly better than ones about other things that I'd be interested in, and the thing that I feared the most making my channel to begin with was making my voice an integral part of my identity. There's two sides to this coin. One side is, you know, just don't pay attention to the numbers, you know, just do what you want to do. There's a part of you that just can't help it. It's like there's a human part of you that just cares what other people think. I don't have the answers. I know there's a group of people who will assure me of the opposite and tell me that I'm doing a good job, to which I appreciate, but analytics do not lie. My voice is not a multi multifaceted topic. I mean, it kind of is. Like, it's very nuanced, but it's also not. There's a lot that I have already touched on. I might touch on a little more, but there's not so much I can talk about. We'll see in the future. I don't know, it just started to feel aimless, uploading, making videos, recording, so I stopped multiple times. The more time I spent away from my channels, the less I had an interest in returning to them. This is for multiple reasons. Firstly, mental health. I've talked about this a few times on my channel, but it is very prevalent in my life. I just tried to get in contact with a doctor recently, hoping all goes well there. At this point, the bar's in hell. Hopefully I can see someone, hopefully I can get some answers, and all will be good. But if not, so to get into some niche lore that nobody asked for, the people around me and I mean, even if I get along with them, there's still very much a difference between the two of us. I spent a lot of time, by a lot of time, I mean all of my time, in my own little world. Most of my friends are comprised of people I met online. That got me into a lot of interesting situations growing up. People did not have good intentions for me, but I'm not gonna say that. Gonna get into all that right now because there's just too much and I'm not in the mood for it. Can't say I'm the most normal of people. I slept in almost every single day of my high school career. The secretary knew me very well. I would stay up really late. I still do. Nothing's changed because depression. I can't really sugarcoat it. I didn't want to be the mess of a kid that I was, but I was. So how does this relate to everything in the modern day in this channel? More so, how does it relate to my absence? Well, my motivation levels are in the trenches. And capitalism has a very, very big impact on how I feel here. The world we live in is literally, it revolves around money, it revolves around bills, taxes, da-da-da. I guess that's what kills a lot of passion in people. Because everything feels like a chore. I end up withdrawing from people. The things I once cared a lot about just don't feel like worth the effort. Your perspective changes, especially with the world around you. I just don't see a point in what I'm doing. I know people care about it. I know people enjoy it and they want to see it and they look forward to it. But with that comes the feeling bad about a lack of productivity, which fuels, and then the cycle of not doing anything and then feeling bad about not doing anything, and then it just keeps going. It's a great experience. I would totally recommend it for everyone. Fun for the whole family. And then the exhaustion after like 6 hours of being conscious, my body goes into like shock and it's like, we're done. Ends with a nap. You can't just sit here and pretend everything's gonna be fine and dandy and like I'm good. Everything is crumbling beneath my feet. But alas, I am, but I can't stay gone forever. So I'm back. There's this whole section about sobriety. Let me just skip right through that. So I was like 2 months sober and then I relapsed. I don't want to talk about it too heavily because I don't want to get on YouTube's bad side, but I don't know. I feel bad about breaking my streak. I don't know, like I've let myself down. The people around me would be disappointed. It's just a constant conflict. Because deep down, I know it's not right for me and it's not helping me in the long run. And people are just like, go get help. And then when you get help, guess what happens? You don't get help. Listen, I didn't say this was a good ending. I didn't say this was gonna end well. This is my life I'm talking about here. My standards are not up here. I do not expect the world to turn for me. I don't know. I missed being here. I missed making things. I missed doing something with my life. All that being said, I'm back. Sort of. If you're unaware, I released my first official single on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever the hell you listen to music. It's called The Woodland. I dropped it in August. If you want to listen to it, I'll leave a link in the description. Oh, I also rebranded to GRUFF. I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning. I'm no longer Bones. I mean, I'm technically Bones, like GRUFF Bones. It's like its own thing, but generally speaking, I'm GRUFF now because I want to take music more seriously, but there's some overlap, confusion there. Bones forever a part of me, but there's a lot that really went into that decision. I can make a whole video about it, but yeah, I still honor it, the old name in my usernames, the community, etc. All of you are part of the skeleton, each individual bone, the framework that is this community. I don't know how long this will last before I fall off the horse, but until then, I'll be posting videos and streaming. I mean, I've been streaming, but I've been kind of doing it on the low. I love this one! It's just been kind of casual, kind of chill over there. That, and also, I have a lengthy queue of drawings to finish. I very much overestimated how many I had to do, and I'm very much burnt out. So, doing my best there. Thank you everyone who's been so patient. It means the world. I don't know what I would do if you weren't. I would be in shambles. That's where I've been. This is what my life is looking like at the moment. I'm open to any questions you have in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more from me. I will leave the merch link in the bio. We have Woodland merch now if you want to listen to the song as well. Link in bio. All that routine outro. It's just embedded in me at this point. Generally leave anything you want in the comments. Say hi. I hope to continue making stuff on here as long as I can, and I appreciate your continued support. It means the world to me. I do not feel deserving. I also briefly wanted to say happy anniversary to the channel. It was in March, but it doesn't hurt to still say it. Time isn't real, you guys. The past 3 years have been filled with many memories that I would not trade for the world. I've met so many interesting people, and so many of you I've spoken to and played games with, and thank you for being here. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I would have loved for this to be more amped. I know this was a much more heavy topic. I think it was needed. But yeah, if you want to stick around for what I do next, feel free to subscribe. You can always change your mind if you hate me later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.